Dun dun dun. I am live. Or no, not really. Most of you are watching the beginning of the replay, unless maybe your barbecue, because he says he was first one here, so he might actually watch the very beginning. And there's G Webs, who yeah, he usually sticks around as well. But it says there's one viewer. Which one it is, I have no idea. All right, so it is 9 p.m. What does that mean? It's Saturday it's 9 p.m. on a Saturday. Yes, days are hard currently. It's been a crazy week. My mom, after a year's delay, just got her hip done on Monday. Because remember, let's see. If you're on Facebook, it's up there. If you're on YouTube, it's down there. Oh, it's me. Now I know who my real friends are, the ones that actually hang out versus just, I was first. So anyway, but to be fair, gee whiz, as far as I know, you don't have kids running around like crazy the way barbecue does. So, but it's all good. All right. So Monday, my mom finally got her hip replaced. So running back and forth to the hospital is how I spent Monday. And then miraculously on Tuesday, I went back to the hospital and took her home because hip replacements are pretty sticking amazing these days. I hope that, oh my God, I am so sleepy and I apologize. So I'm like, did I even say all those words fully? I'm really questioning that because it did not sound like it rolled off my tongue the way that I thought it would. Oh, Mr. White, thank you for joining us. All right, so hold on, sorry, I keep forgetting. All right, happy stuff. So mom went into surgery, came out of surgery, didn't die. So that's happy stuff. She is home. I've farmed out my children to take care of her and be her nursemaid. So, and I've been teaching Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I'm teaching tomorrow. So these are all happy things. So why are we here? Well, because Suicide Prevention Saturday. What does that mean? Nobody even likes talking about suicide, but as gun owners, see, that's what the guns and stuff in back are, right? We, sorry, G Webs, you just hold that thought. I'll put you in the little star category. So anyway, as gun owners, we need to make sure we understand that 2 out of every 3 gun deaths that the CDC reports are suicide. So when the anti-gunners talk about the 30,000 gun deaths a year, 2/3 of that, about 20,000 of that is suicides. If you want to find out the actual gun deaths due to gun violence, then you happen to go to the FBI crime reporting statistics. So that's how you can pull these things apart. Oh, look at you, Dean. Haven't seen you in a while. Hopefully we'll make it down to North Carolina sometime soon. I was actually just talking about the trip to my brother's house and how we drive the 12 hours to get to Tennessee. Then we go to South Carolina, visit our friends there, and then on the way up, we stop to see you. So you were just being talked about today. And yes, I don't know if she's a cyborg because there's metal in her body now, but I don't think there's any computer chips, or she is not Borg at this point in time. And Tara, one of these days, you're just going to have to come to Connecticut and just cook dinner for us. I think that will be the plan. Those of you who don't know, speaking of good things, wait, can I do this? Oh, I'm getting better at this. All right, check out Tara Smith's Kitchen. She's like a, who is it? I think Dave Ramsey. He's the one who loves the simplicity of just fresh ingredients. And talking with Tara and looking at some of her shows and stuff, that's kind of her. So if you're in the mood for food, because if we're going to talk about happy stuff, food makes most of us happy, right, Dean? Sorry, I met Dean when he was in the midst of a health food kick. Anyway. Dean spends a lot of time at the gym and eating well most of the time. So, all right, so that's a good thing, right? Exercise, so spectacular. It is another happy thing. I forget the context of the conversation. Oh, no, I do remember now. It was one of my students was saying how her husband was kind of cranky. And they went to the gym and they worked out and that made everything better. So if you are cranky, if you are cranky, go to the gym because exercise doesn't have health benefits just because it's good for you. It has mental health benefits. And it looks like my handy dandy buddy Dean is going to be starting the 75 Hard Fitness Challenge on Monday. I did it last year. I lost about 30 pounds. Then I had my appendix out. Then I had my knee operated on. And sadly, I gained all of it back. So I should start that on Monday with you because that would be a happy thing. Although, since on Thursday I'm going to England, I'm not sure that I want to do that after a red eye, but that is kind of the purpose of 75 Hard. So, sorry, I keep looking at my notes to stay on track tonight because I am so stinking sleepy. So, long week again, like I said. Oh, yeah, and driving to Boston and back, and that's a whole nother thing. I love my family. So, happy stuff is like eating everything before you start a really hard challenge. Yeah. I know that I tell myself the lies that this is the last Oreo I'm going to eat for 75 days. So it's okay that I eat the entire thing. So anyway, 75 Hard is awesome if you understand how to do it. Because I've seen a lot of things out there that say 70 Hard is too hard. It's too just no. I'm like, dude, it doesn't say you have to have 2 killer workouts a day. It says 1 indoor workout, 1 outdoor workout. Super simple. Here's the deal. When you are fat and out of shape, like I was when I started last year, my outdoor workout was a walk because it was more than I was doing previously. And actually you can go back on Facebook from last year. And when did I start? January, I think. January, February, and walking outdoors for 45 minutes. For those of you who don't know, you can look up 75 Hard. But why does it have to fall under the happy stuff? Because when we do the things that we need to do, that we know we need to do, that generally makes us happy as well. Because anything worthwhile, worth doing, will make us happy. And unfortunately, we are often good at not doing what we need to do, then beating ourselves up for not doing the thing that we didn't want to do, and still not doing the thing that we don't want to do. Which, do you see how there's sort of this horrible habit? And why can I tell you about that? I don't know, because I do it too. Yes. So, all right, sorry. So Dean's thing of do a 45-minute walk or crawl in the morning. So I'm guessing Dean is not a morning person. So happiness, where do you find it? Right in here. Right in here. It's what you focus on a regular basis. I have the conversation with people who tell me that they watch news all the time. And I'm like, why would you do that? They're like, so I'm educated. I'm like, probably not. The news is meant to rile up your emotions, good or bad. Unfortunately, most of it's in the bad category. So if we're going to talk about happy things, pay attention to the things you do. Like today, ready for this? My happy thing? Well, there was lots of happy things today. I got to teach students, always fun. I got to vacuum my living room, right? I know. What is that for happy? Because I like cleaning when I'm actually in the mood to clean, which is not very often. So getting stuff clean, throwing stuff out is a simple, happy thing that most of you all can do. Find your happy thing. Do your happy thing. Because we're like, that's it. I am not happy. I am not happy. And I'm going to be cranky. Okay, that's your choice. However, I highly suggest you do something that makes you happy. I got to teach students. So I'm sewing into their lives, and they are in return sewing into mine. I got to vacuum my house. I know, sounds so ridiculous, but it's simple things like that. Because you know what? When I vacuumed, I got some of the dust bunnies, and I win over the dust bunnies. And I didn't beat myself up for the fact that they were dust bunnies. So more happiness, more happiness. So as you build on happiness, you end up with more of it. Oh, wait, I want to see what Mike says. Oiling your guns. Oh, yeah. So I actually need to clean some guns. This is true. I had some jams in one of my little M&P 22 compacts, and I had my husband look at the extractor. He's like, it looks fine. I don't know what it's supposed to look like, but it looks fine. He's like, but it's really, really dirty. And I'm like, oh, well, I had just cleaned it. So it was really, really dirty. So yeah, Mike, if you want, by all means, come by Clean Guns. I'm considering having a class on that, like invite my students to come clean my guns. I think that'd be fun. All right. So that would be a happy thing, right? All right. So next week, I am not going to be here live and in person, but I do have a happy thing for you. Well, sort of. It's a little bit rough, but I have premiered for next week on YouTube. So Dean, those of you on Facebook, need to come to my YouTube channel next Saturday because I will be sleeping by 9 p.m. Eastern because that'll be 10, 11, 12, 1, 2. It'll be like 2 a.m. England time. So love y'all, but I don't love you that much. So anyway, and I don't know about the internet, and I'd like to actually have family time. So happy things, right? Vacation with the family. So I am premiering the very first Suicide Prevention Saturday from 2018. And Dean may or may not have actually already seen this because I was doing a lot of lives back then. But there's a little bit of tear jerking in there. Like I absolutely fall apart and cry in there, but it's still the first one. And I thought, if I'm not going to be here live and in person, for those of you who've only been following me on YouTube, I know there's no way you saw this before. For those of you who have followed me on Facebook, you may or may not. And like most everybody else who actually counts how many episodes they have, I have no idea how many episodes I've done of this, but I now know when the first one was. So that's my other happy thought, is I will leave you all in the capable hands of my very first one. Anyway, I'm considering doing a marathon that night where I do the first one and I'll premiere the second one and the third one because I happen to have them all. I haven't looked at the second and third one, so it could be a surprise for all of us. All right, so your happy thing today was moved a massive framed poster of Torch songstress from my dining room to, I wonder who that could be. I don't know if you have more. So Dean is one of my friends. Well, we met because of my grandmother, who happens to be a Torch songstress. So he may or may not be talking about my grandma because he also has fans. He is also a fan of other people from that Torch area, but I'm going to go with maybe not. And if it is the same poster that I think he's talking about, ours is still hanging up in New York City somewhere. So anyway, so there's that. So happiness, you know yours. You have to remember to do yours. Yeah. So my grandmother, for those of you, well, why would any of you know? Actually, DJ knows this, but DJ can't check in tonight because he has no Wi-Fi wherever the heck he is. So anyway, sorry, okay, happy thoughts. Sorry, Tara showed me pictures of her burnt kitchen. So the happy thought is she needed to paint her kitchen anyway. So this was her excuse since she burned some of it. But anyway, my grandmother was a singer. She was also a civil rights activist. And when my father died back in 2010, lots of people sort of found me because it said, my father, his name, and said son of, and then the Torch singer, who is my grandma. And so people were like, oh, hey, Brooke, what do you want to know about this? So anyway, sorry, I'm off on a tangent. Again, I'm a little sleepy. I apologize. Okay, so yes, happiness, family. So I know for some of us, family makes us happy. And for some of us, it does not make us happy. And it's one of those things that, oh, yes. And yes, I knew you and I were friends long before Dad died. So no worries. I know that. You stalked me long before that. And he's not a creepy stalker, just so we're clear. Met him live and live and in person. That I don't know. Anyway. All right. Happy thoughts. Family, right? Some family makes us super happy. Other family, not so much. You have that favorite aunt or that uncle or favorite cousin that you love to visit. Pick up phone, call them, say hi, how you doing? Because remember, the suicide prevention is not always about talking about it. It's not always having training or having the answers. It can be as simple as picking up the phone and saying, "Hey, Grandma, how you doing today?" And I'm not saying your grandma's suicidal, but the truth of the matter is we rarely know who and when someone is. And our society is getting so fragmented, and we're getting further and further apart because of this lovely thing called internet, where we're not sitting in a room together having this conversation. Dean's in North Carolina. I know where he lives, really I do. I'm here in Connecticut. I don't even remember where G-Webs is, but somewhere out Midwest-ish. One Barbecue is here. That's Pennsylvania. So we're all over the place. But that simple phone call can mean a lot. I've actually taken to writing little notes and serving others by writing a note saying, "Hey, how you doing?" Is a simple form of happiness. Is you get to do something that is thoughtful. Someone gets to receive something that was thoughtful. I know I don't have as many up here as I used to, but I used to put all my thank you cards over here that people would write me thank you cards for various things. And the happiness thing does not have to be something huge and giant. It can be something very simple. It's just like my friend Charlie Cook does. It's like, it can be so simple. Oh, thank you, G-Webs, because I didn't know where he was. So he's in Arizona. Makes me want to sing a song. But anyway, that's a Steve Miller song. Steve Miller Band. So, anyway, I'm so easily squirreled tonight. I apologize. Oh, and Mike is all the way over on the West Coast, super far away. But, it's only a plane ride. But it's also way easier, a phone call. So, kindness to a total stranger can change the direction their day goes, right? I'm sure you guys have all heard them before. But, the story of a kid who is in high school, goes and packs up his locker, is taking all of his books home, and they fall down in the street. And someone comes along and helps him pick up his books and walks him home. Years later, somehow these two people come together, and the boy who's carrying their books thanked the person who helped pick them up, because the reason they had emptied out their locker was to go home and kill themselves. But because this one person helped them pick up their books, which for the person who's picking up the books probably didn't seem like a big deal, helped them stop and think that they do matter. So we don't know when we're saving someone's life. We don't know if someone's life needs saving, right? So if we're just naturally kind to those around us, when someone's having a really crappy day, all right, and we got Tara in Texas, all over Texas, because she drives everywhere. If we're just kind to one another and pay attention to the fact that we're human, right? I'm not even going to gender, because it's just not worth it these days. So we're all human. We're all breathing the same air in the Earth's atmosphere. We all have heartbeats, except for a couple friends here and there who happen to have little motors in there instead of actual hearts. But that's the exception to the rule. We all have blood coursing through our veins. If we start building our kindness on recognizing how important everything we have in common is, it makes it easier to continue. Do we have lots of stuff in common? Yeah, we really do. We actually agree on almost 80% of the time, no matter what subject it is. The challenge is, if you're one of those poor souls who continue to watch the news, they focus on the 2% that we're most divided about versus the 80% that we're generally in agreement with. We all want to see homeless find a home. We want mental health to be taken care of. We want people to be able to survive on their own. We want to feed people and have people have medical help and all of those things. We disagree on how we're going to get all that done. But if we focus on the things we have in common, that is another way to make it easier to show kindness to ourselves and to others. So with that, I've already gone over 5 minutes because I really want to keep this one to a 15-minute one because I'm teaching more people in the morning. Yay! Oh, Moo, what is it with you? Why do you come in just when I'm done? I just want to know. But thanks for all the thumbs up. That is a cool thing. Were you busy barbecuing some brisket or something? Tara is currently busy. Wait, where are the things? Blowing up her. She had an extension cord burst into flames in her kitchen. And so anyway, so that's all you miss, Moo. It is just flames up in smoke. But no, all right, super happy. Talk about happy stuff. How can we be happier, nicer, sweeter to each other? Give ourselves a break. Know that we're not all perfect. Oh, and Gizzard, Gizzard, no. No, I just yelled at Moo for just getting here, and I'm trying to say goodbye to all. So anyway, happy stuff. Think about it, focus on it, share it with others. That's what I'm going to leave with you guys. Next week, especially those of you on Facebook, I'll try to post it up again, but next week's Suicide Friends on Saturday is the first one that I ever did on Facebook, downloaded, and we're putting it back up on Facebook as a premiere. So I will try to forgive you, but that would mean, I don't know, that I know how to do that, which I kind of do. I'm good at forgiveness. It's one of my, what do you call that? Superpowers. Yeah, we won't get into that because tonight we're talking about happy stuff, and I keep reminding myself. And as Dean said, don't let anyone steal your joy once you have it. And here's the truth. No one can steal our joy. We let go of it all too easily. We are definitely in a, let's see who's more damaged than I am kind of thing often. And we actually often seem to have to hide our lights. In that if we are bright and exuberant and we want to share the world and just make everything better, people just want to tear you down because they don't feel like that. Oh, Gina, did you get out of work early or something? Is that why you're actually here? That is what I want to know. So Moo, lucky for you, you are not the last one in. So there's that. Now it's Gina. Sorry. Welcome to New England. We went from like 90-degree weather yesterday to I have a sweatshirt on today. I don't know. It just is what it is, but not dying, just a little dry. All right. Be kind. Look at what we have in common. Turn the news off because that's probably the best happy thing you can do for yourself. It's super easy. Tara, have a great time picking out a new paint color for your kitchen where it burned. And yeah, remember that we have more in common than we have difference. Help yourself and help others find it so that we can all have more happiness. And see you live in 2 weeks, but enjoy the very first Suicide Prevention Saturday next Saturday. I hope that makes sense. All right. Good night, all.